The UK's largest anti-racism educational charity, Show Racism the Red Card, has launched a country chapter in South Africa in partnership with the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation. The organization's presence in the country will add to its already established footprint in England, Scotland and Wales. Busisiwe Nkosi is anti-racism manager at the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation and joins me now. Busisiwe, good evening and thank you so much for your time. So firstly, let's talk about the work that the Show Racism the Red Card organization does.
Yes, basically Show Racism the Red Card is an organization that is based in the UK. And they basically use footballers, as they call it, and we call them soccer players, from former players to current players, to be partaking in the educating on racism or anti-racism per se. Just from the education perspective, but also more than that, they allow for online courses when it comes to learning on how to be an anti-racist or how to at least try and be anti-racist. They educate on differences. Most recently, they've introduced the topic of xenophobia to their kind of like teachings.
So in terms of South Africa then and our own context, how is the organization alongside yourselves planning to give expression to the kind of work that they already do? Is it going to follow the same pattern?
So with us, we're going to be using the same model. But in terms of people that we'll be working with will not just be limited to soccer. And the reason we don't limit it to soccer is because I think when you look at South Africa and you look at the UK, in the UK, you find racism more prevalent within the soccer society. And with us, you will find it everywhere, you know, and with us, you can have cricket players, you can have rugby players coming on board in this teachings or in this campaign of conscientizing people, teaching people, even though we are now in a democratic South Africa. But I think for us to kind of like fight the scourge against racism, we need to start somewhere, and bringing in personalities that young people are also familiar with will just help in growing the messaging.
So then what does it mean for you guys to be partnering with this international organization? All right. Busisiwe, can you still hear me?
I didn't get your last question.
So my question was what does it mean to you to be partnering with this international organization?
For personally, I'll start there. I have been following their work for the past 3 to 4 years, and I've been intrigued in how they have gone into communities, how they have gone into schools, and how they have tackled things face on. From a foundation's perspective, this is kind of like one of the first partnerships that we have with an international organization or such a big organization also that has worked for so many years, which is about 25 years. So for us, it's a big step, but I think it's a big step in the right direction, and it will just complement the work that the foundation has been doing.
All right, let's leave it there for tonight. Busisiwe Nkosi is anti-racism manager at the Kathrada Foundation.